To the Spider Queen! We have another best of 2 in our hands, and this is Group 1 of the group stage for the second qualifier of the Masters Clash. We got Team RageQuit against the three-legged cat, and I chose this one in particular because I honestly expect that even... I mean, it might be a 2-0, you never know. But I think the last time that we casted them, it ended up with a tie, and both teams seem to be rather on the same level, roughly. So it's kind of interesting. I think it's going to be an interesting match, so that's why we're heading into this. This is still the second qualifier for the Masters Clash, as I already mentioned. We're on day number 1, meaning the group stage. Second day, we're entering the bracket phase, and only the top 2 teams out of each group will advance. Now, if you win one of the qualifiers, you're directly qualified for the playoffs for the Masters Clash. The offline final is in Paris, and there's 12,000 euros on the line. But, yeah, here we go. We got our Tracer ban immediately against Limu. Yeah, on Tomb of the Spider Queen, you could definitely see that happen. I'm curious, this could be a good game. I actually enjoy both of those teams. It's kind of fun. Obviously, we have our top 4 in Europe. The Hardos, for example, are already qualified because they won the first qualifier for the event. In this particular tournament, Team is now hoping to qualify. They only came in 3rd place at the first qualifier, so they still have a little bit of work ahead of them. But there comes the Rhaegar ban. We also have the Wave Clear frontline banned out since Jojo gets eliminated quickly. But there's a couple of things I definitely want to see. Especially what is Limu going to pick, what am I going to get from Shizakid too. And then we'll see. Yeah, it's actually kind of wild, because some of the teams that are also playing in this one have obviously participated in the X Cup Winter. And I've just been paying out the prize money for all of the teams. And yeah, a lot of the guys, like 2 of the teams at least, have a lot of Russian players on them, and I just cannot send them the prize money. So I'm gonna hold that for now, and hopefully, of course, the situation in Ukraine is resolved soon. But that was the first time that it really, you know, like, had an impact where I could tell, okay, like, worked for all the teams for a couple of dozen, and I'm like, oh, that's actually right. PayPal doesn't allow you to send anybody any money to Russian players. So that was a bit wild. But yeah, I mean, as it stands, we got Captain Rax and Lucio, so they're starting things up with quick rotations are going to be enabled by him. Jungler got banned out for the interrupts and also the displacement that he can cause, especially if you have an initial stun that he can set up for you. Sylvanas and Malfurion. So right from the bat, you have with Sylvanas a lot of push power and potential side lane split. If you come in with the Web Weavers and then you have her in a good spot, that's obviously pain. And any kind of attack, if you follow up with a nice Veiling Arrow, that would be pretty sweet. But yeah, with that, we now have our double pick with Vala and Dehaka. Already like it. You can't go wrong with the Vala pick. For an observer, I think it's always fun. We don't see it as often... We don't see her so often that it would get really annoying, but at the same time, every single time she is played, we have most of the time the auto attack style, which is very entertaining because you can always check, okay, is she dying? Is the Vala player able to stay alive? Does he get stacks on level 1? And even if that's not the case, just the impact that she has with the multi-shot build with an arrow build is pretty sweet as well. So yeah, I'm already a fan. You got a Dehaka on top of that for Menaldor, the love child of Mene and Khaldor, in case that you didn't know that. And, well, here comes the Citrus ban. With Malfurion as an early support, that one also makes sense. I mean, again, you get the hook, you get the root on the ground, and then you have the target very quickly isolated from the rest. That would have been a nice one to see, though. Would have also been very annoying for Vala. If you have to dodge hooks all the time, or you get just hit by one, bam, 5% of your attack speed is simply gone. If, always assuming that they're going into the Gambit stacks. Right now we don't really know. They could play multi-shot build too. Depends a bit on how the rest of the draft looks like. But there comes Hogger, and we got Maiev. Alright. Maiev and Hogger, so the tether is in. There's Diablo. Double support, yes or no? That's the question. Or maybe even a Medivh or something. Don't always have to go full double healer. You can also throw Zarya in, throw Medivh in. Any protection is always welcome for her. Tyrael, of course, can also grant you a shield if you use him as your main tank. We've seen that a few times too. And there's Chromie. Might still end up with an auto attack, but we'll tell. So yeah, Chromie for Dracula. Super annoying. And, well, with this, we got Limu as the final pick. Usually the Tracer player, but his Tracer got, of course, banned out. So now they gotta decide what they're gonna play with him. Yeah, let's go. Actually, let this run out completely. Nubarak! Really good point, actually. Like, I'm blanking. I honestly thought they already had a tank. I don't even know why. So they go for a Nubarak at the main, at the front line. So now they can engage with the Nubarak, follow up with Maiev. Malfurion with the roots. That's actually an old comp if you don't go for the Stukov Nubarak. Malfurion Nubarak was always pretty powerful too. And that puts Limo and Maiev. Let's go. Tomb of Spider Queen. Map number 1. Game on! Time to party, everybody. So, as you can see, we already got on the left side Team RageQuit with Shizakid on the Nubarak, Limu on Maiev, Alex Batman on Malfurion. We got no game, no life on Sylvanas with range damage, and Down for Life is playing Hogger. As on the right side of the map, we have the mainly Spanish team with the three-legged cats playing Dracula and Chromie, Menaldor and Dehaka. Irath is playing on Vala, Johan on Diablo, and Captain Rex on Lucio. And in this case, it is an arrow build for Vala, so I'm not going to risk it too much. If you only have a single healer in your lineup and no additional support for her, then going for the auto style is going... I mean, you're risking quite a bit. If she dies too much, then you lose the auto attack advantage. So most of the teams will then opt for multi-shot or arrow, but we have seen a couple that really just have the confidence to go for an auto-attacker style anyways. But the early game is not the friend of the cats here. So apparently Team RageQuit, they're dog people. They came in and they took the first cat down. In this case it was a very catty Diablo that died. And it might be another kill. Vala nearly getting dropped here. So already a good move to not go into an auto-attack, I suppose. But yeah, very, like a lot of aggression from Team RageQuit. The entire draft, obviously, is aggressive. They're diving in with Diablo, they have Maiev. Already, they're forcing Lucio back, but that could have been a second kill if he would have tried to escape towards the right immediately instead of dodging towards the south. Now, we got Menaldor in the 1 versus 1 against, yeah, Down for Life here. And Lucio could empower a couple of rotation later on, but for now it's really the show of the blue team as they are starting to push them back completely. So, yeah. And the rotations are coming. This is exactly what I mentioned a second ago, the Lucio empowered moves. While all of this is playing out though, we already have for the blue team 2 of their heroes over on the left side trying to go for the bruiser camp. So the goal is really to just get some pressure going into the middle of the map. And these guys, they are going to take quite some time. I mean, this is going to take a little bit longer. So depending how quickly they move through the mid lane, they might even have a shot to take some of the towers down here or some of the structures. Keep in mind, this is also a best of 2. So we're still in the group stage. So we're only playing 2 maps. If you win both, you gain 3 points. If you only take 1 and you tie with the opponent, then each team gets 1. And if you lose, you obviously don't get anything. But here comes that Sylvanas push that I was highlighting a bit during the draft. So her push power, the way she enhances something like this is obviously fantastic. And there's the kill on Diablo again. It's not a ferocious cat that shows her claws, but more a wee kitten that we're seeing on this one. So that's already the wall destroyed, and that is a fantastic start for Team RageQuit. They are raging hard here. But then, as I say, Limo gets killed. So finally a counter kill for the cats. They are still about to lose the final tower here, I guess. At least if no game, no life would put a bit of targeted pressure on. Ah, but there it is. Alright. Hero minion. What's the end? But there is an experience lead by now for the blue team. They are ahead by nearly a level. They've taken the wall down in the middle of the map. There's also some extra damage that Down for Life with this Hogger was able to execute down at the bottom of the map. So good for him too. And all the way up at the top. Yeah, another quick move. Okay, Vala. And she's dead. They are aggressive. Damn, son. Team RageQuit. They are just crushing the cats over here. That's 3 deaths on Diablo alone, and they're diving deep. I mean, holy shit! What a double kill. Without any qualms, diving straight behind the wall. They know they can do it, of course, in this case, but holy hell, check this one out. So right there, they realize, guys, we have an opportunity, so they dive in deep. They get the kill against Chromie, then they're taking down Lucio. Now they bodied the wall, moved even further, and dropped half of the HP off the fort. And this is just an absolute pain train that's coming their way. They're not stopping. 7 kills to 1. They are absolutely murdering. The cats just can't recover. They can't get a foothold here. Every single time they move back out to defend their structures, they're getting whacked again. That's another kill. There's a talent advantage already. And it's just, they're just trying to run away. They can't do anything else. Look at this. They're going for Dragon now too. They nearly get the kill on Chromie. They're just running. It's insane. That fort at the top is gonna get dropped, and they haven't even delivered a single gem yet. These guys are on an absolute warpath right now. Holy hell. I mean, they're going bonkers here. That, on the other hand, is a problem. He needs to try and get those gems. Yeah, gets denied, and doesn't get any. So, well, did he get some? He actually, well, they still have 55, so I guess they lost a few. Yeah, they lost some of their gems. I don't think they could recover those, but they are also killing another one at the top, and I mean, they still have more than the cats. So Sylvanas is now down, and yeah, 2 kills finally for the cats. So imagine if they didn't lose those heroes and just turn the gems in. That would have maybe even been a full-on snowball, but here come the cats finally get a little, they're stabilizing a little bit, but they might still lose Diablo here. And yeah, they do again. Diablo is getting murdered in this game. I mean, holy cow. That is 5 deaths on Diablo at the 5-minute mark. He's literally being killed once per minute at this point. There's still only one team that can get a turn in, and that's Team RageQuit. They already delivered 40 of their gems, and if Limu turns in, then they're going to get the Web Weavers. And after they took down the fort at the top, they're now going to move into the mid lane to drop another one. It's nuts. I mean, they're honestly acting like the objective doesn't even exist here. Now they have level 10, and they can turn in. They're already looking for another kill as they're going for Lucio, at least preventing him. Yeah, there it is. They lock in the ults, Wailing Arrow. Even the cage is now down. They go for it. Jesus Christ. Level 10 abilities, and they are crushing. This is insane. If you have kids watching this, I'm not going to be responsible for the years and years of professional help that they're going to need when they watch this. Please, bring them to a safe space, like a room with no TV or whatever, because this is... this is just nuts. They're getting kicked while they're down. This is... I mean, I have no idea what the cats did to Team RageQuit, if they peed on their floor or something. No clue. But this is just brutal. That's a smack... I mean, honestly, I expected a very, very even game between them, at least initially, but this is just maddening. They're getting absolutely murdered. 12 kills to 3. Without level 10, you just can't do anything here. So yeah, top side is getting attacked. The Keepwalker is taking a bit of damage. They could technically try to go through the bot lane a little bit further. Finally, level 10 abilities for the cats. So they have, theoretically at least, a chance to bring this back a bit. I'm not so sure if this is really the play. I mean, they have to wait for quite some time. There's already vision being granted since they're afraid that somebody's ganking up on them, but I think they should be fairly sure where the opponent is now. So boss gets attacked right away. Anubarak shows at the top. Sylvanas shows at the bottom. But this is going to be an easy boss attempt. But the red team knows it. I mean, this was a little bit too transparent. At this point, it was just a full Captain Obvious moment. They go for Anubarak. They try to get the kill here. They let the boss go. They go for the team fight instead. Sylvanas is still at the bot lane, so it's a 4v4 up here. Cage is down. There's the APOC. Tranquility immediately being used. They're still diving for Lucio, and they're gonna get him. Captain Rax got wrecked. And Sylvanas is still busy at the bot lane as they're making another play for Diablo. They got level 13 talents now, which gives them another spike. Limu is low, but he gets away. Menaldor, 44 gems. If he dies, oh boy, if they get the kills here, that would have been a nightmare. Dehaka gets away, but Diablo is getting murdered once again. And Sylvanas with the arrow, the double kill. All the damage has been obliterated. Menaldor, the only survivor here. They got Diablo on the left side too. Sprays every guy. 16 kills to 3. 16 kills to 3. The hell? That's just nasty. Absolutely nasty. 30,000 damage from Sylvanas. 24,000 from IF. Sylvanas is already split, pushing a bit at the bot lane. I'm honestly not a... yeah, I really would like for her to get away because I'm not a fan of someone with 24 gems and this few hit points to try and make a play there. But there's the heal. Turn-in is happening. They can now get another Web Weaver wave and then push with the boss plus the Web Weavers. They are just murdering them. If there's a bit more pressure on the cats, then they're going to turn into diamonds. That's how bad the situation is right now. This is a massive pain train headed their way, and I have no idea if they can somehow dodge it. Now you got Sylvanas pushing. Look at the keep in the middle. Keep in the middle is already low. I mean, that already happened. Now they're coming in again, trying to go for the fight here. Limu takes at least some damage. Has to be careful, but he dives out even before the stun connects of Vala, so that didn't time out properly either. Now the keep at the top should fall, and the thing that falls first is Diablo. That was not a good game for Diablo, for sure. They are 3 levels behind. A talent and 3 levels. There's a chance that Team RageQuit gets level 16 before they get level 13. Absolutely bonkers. Diablo died 8 times already. Vala is down. Diablo died again. He came, he saw, and he died. Veni, Vidi, BG. 20 kills to 3. What a stomp. Insane. Absolutely insane. An incredible ruffle stomp. 2 talent advantage in a second. Team RageQuit takes the lead in the series against the Cats. I mean, just wow. Just wow. What a game.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, Volskaya Foundry. I mean, game number 1 was insane. Team RageQuit went through 3-legged cats like hot butter through cheese. And we had a short break here because the cats needed to apply some aloe vera after they just got burned that hard on map number 1. I mean, boy. I did not see that one coming. That was an absolute stomp what happened there. So now we're heading into the second map, and obviously the question is, can the cats at least get 1 point out of this, or are they going to lose this without even taking a single map? Keep in mind, these are best of 2s. We are still in the group stage. Group stage plays best of 2s, and if both maps are taken by the same team, that team gets 3 points, and that's exactly what Team RageQuit is currently aiming for. So Blaze gets banned out. On Volskaya, he gets even more value. We have the Limu respect ban immediately as Tracer gets eliminated. Probably a good move, but as they already showed on the last map, Limu can play a few more heroes. But I think it was more of a momentum thing too. Honestly, the cats, they just got dropped into cold water there. And they didn't like it, even a little bit. So, yeah, they need to approach this a bit differently for map number 2. That's definitely a thing. Now, first pick, first ban for Team RageQuit. So, map choice was made by the red team. So now they got a chance there. Let me see what we're gonna get for the fight. they're just targeting Limu at this point. All right, Tracer, like, let's get his Tracer out. Oh shit, he's also good on my F. Okay, let's eliminate my F too. I mean, on the one hand, he must feel good about it. On the other hand, obviously, he can't play his hero, so that's a bit annoying. But let's have a look of what we are getting as a first pick on Volskaya Foundry now. Which way do they want to go here? I mean, supports are up. Could go for Rhaegar, and that's what they do. So we got the doggy already in. I mean, hybrid control is pretty much everything. If you have a really nice clear on your mercenary camps, and you can just take them over and over again, get the support and get somebody else to help them out, and just have a good clear time, that's pretty much all that you need. I mean, you can solo clear camps too. I mean, technically, there's pretty much every hero can solo clear a camp, but it's more of a question of how much time do you need in order to do that. And when it comes to supports, he just shines there. Now, they go for Lucio once again. It didn't really work out for Captain Rex in game number 1, but then again, this is a bigger map. So you might get even more value out of the rotation with Lucio. But there's Sylvanas again. No game, no life. They're locking in Sylvanas immediately. And on top of that, they now also have Varian. So they're really trying to play through Taunt and try and take them out there. I guess they want to do the exact same thing they did on the last map. They are coming in with the aggression, just get kill after kill. This time they're banning out Leo, so he can't... First of all, the rotation between the lanes for the wave clear, but also so that he can't follow up with an entomb whenever Varian comes in and yells around with the taunt. I mean, they could ban a side laner. The problem is they don't have a side laner yet either. So if they ban another one out, they're limiting their own options. But there's still plenty out there. But what are they afraid of? Or what do they... Okay, they ban Urel out. I was even thinking... I mean, Urel, yes. Jojo was thinking for a second, maybe even Dehaka. Because what the cats could do is try to play around them a little bit. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Bruh, aye. Nazeebo and Zarya. I mean, the logic behind this is pretty sound. So the idea is pretty much Nazeebo in the late game is insane. If you get him to 20 with enough stacks for his viral infection, he is just snowballing. So that's the whole thought process here. They're trying to get Nazeebo to level 20 and into the late game. Well, Skya Foundry is a good map for it. Usually stalls out quite for a long time. Zeratul and Cassia now to counterplay that. Which means that they have no frontliner outside of Arian. I mean, they have another melee with Zeratul, but it's not the same thing. So yeah, Garrosh, Zarya, so even a speed bubble setup. Jojo for the side lane. I mean, they are just full in on Nazeebo. I mean, this is all just trying to get Nazeebo to 20, keep him alive, and this could be a wild game. Volskaya Foundry, map number 2. Game number 2, and the draft is wild. Shizakid, the only real frontliner on the side of the blue team as we are heading into the second map between Team RageQuit and between the cats. We got Limo and Cassia, Alex on Rhaegar, No Game No Life on Sylvanas, and Down for Life on Zeratul. Whereas on the right side of the map, the cats with Drakia on Zarya, Meldor on Johanna. We got Johan on Garrosh this time, Irath on Zebo, and Captain Rex on Lucio. And Johan is honestly known for his Garrosh as well, so that's definitely one of his comfort heroes. And he is eager to show that off against Cassia. Yeah, she's in trouble immediately, but I'm not sure if they can get the kill just yet. So keep in mind, a lot of this is really designed to get Nazeebo with good stacks to level 20. So that's what a lot of this is about. In this case, they're going for Widowmakers on level 1, so not into a Toad build. Limo is also stacking, so that's another thing that we have to at least touch upon a little bit. This is another great hero or great build for the map if you're playing Cassia, because this map normally ends up with a lot of small fights and skirmishes where Cassia can stack a level 1, and we've seen 160 stacks and more on this map. And if you're able to put... Wow, great save! And Zeratul died. Ooh, really well done by the cats. So if you're really good with Cassia and you get those stacks together, then in the late game you're really just like chunking people down. And since there are so many heroes at the front now, it's not too bad for Cassia, but of course you can't get caught like this with 3 of them all of a sudden dying. It's exactly the opposite of what happened in game number 1. Right now, the big opening for the cats, and that's a great start, of course. It's a really, really great start for them. I mean, with 4 kills to 0, and with a setup that is not really even designed to get this many kills in the early game, it can't be any worse for Team RageQuit. I mean, this is actually kind of funny, because this entire... Again, they're playing a very passive, very tanky lineup that wants to get Nazeebo into the late game, wants to open up kill opportunities with a combo of Zarya and Garrosh, and instead they're getting 4 kills in the early game, an early level 4 talent, which in this case is the big Voodoo, and pull massively ahead. And Zarya obviously goes into the speed bubble because now she can empower Garrosh even further, speed him up, let him walk into the opponent's team, and then just flip a target over. Yeah, Varian hiding between the minions a little bit. Fitting, since he's just an oversized minion himself sometimes. Went into taunt, obviously, so the hero is now coming online. But here comes another isolation move, this time against No Game No Life. The grenade, the hit, the kill. Down they go. Shizakid gets attacked too. What is happening? Game number 1, an absolute rougher stomp, and then I don't know what the cats did in the break, but they come out swinging into game 2. I expected an even series between the two teams, I already told you. I didn't expect that we would see a mad stomp in the first game and then the exact opposite happen in game number 2, especially not with the draft that we're currently seeing here. Now we have 20 stacks at this point at the 3-minute mark for Cassia, which is definitely nice for them. But she's not the only one that's stacking. We also got Nazeebo with 40 stacks on his level, oh sorry, in his baseline. But yeah, it's a wild series. I mean wild. Zeratul is also dead. Heroes are dying all over the place here. It's a little bit bananas. The objective is now up as well. And with level 7 already in their hands, obviously there's an advantage for the cats right from the get-go. Bit of pressure all the way up at the top. But Johan is assisting Nazeebo a little bit more. And again, for Nazeebo, it's about the stacks. If you miss out on a protector in the early game, they don't care. 8 kills, by the way. We're not even at the 4-minute mark and we already have 8 kills. And she might die now too. Alright. That is... I guess someone just got caught pretty heavily. So as long as... yeah, there's another kill. Make it 9. Oh my god. Now, they are the ones that are playing for the objective here. The cats haven't really made a move for this. But yeah, it's a crazy series. No matter what happens, even if they turn it around, this is just a crazy series. A few more stacks for Cassia. She's doing her best. There's the taunt. Your breath stinks. And Garrosh can't have that, so immediately tries to take Varian down. I mean, Varian, that's just what he does, you know? He stands in front of a mirror and he's like, your breath stinks. Your mom is so fat, Stitches can't even hook her. Like, he's just sitting there day after day in front of a mirror, practicing his taunts a little bit and his lines, and so far he's doing pretty well. Goes in for Lucio. Overwatch sucks. And then he always gets attacked right away. But yeah, that's how you gotta do. Some people, you know, they go to the gym. Some of them, they try and aim a little bit. And Varian just insults people all day long. He's the ultimate troll. Now they get the Protector. But again, they are still waiting for kill number 1. And they're also, well, quite a bit away from level 10. Another kill. I mean, seriously, guys, come on. What is this? The full-on YOLO. Team RageQuit, apparently they used all their plays in game 1. All the plays for game 1, and the cats, they saved up all their moves for the second map. Now they're going for the Protector again. At this point, I'm more than anything afraid that the Protector goes down and then they're losing everybody that's in it at this point. Falling Sword is in. We also get the Decimate. Again, keep in mind that Jojo is actually side laning, so they picked her early, but they're using her as a side laner, as we've seen multiple times. Garrosh is the real tank here, but once that we're heading into these 5 versus 5 battles, of course, you're going to have quite a lot of action there as well, since you have 2 tanks that you can use. Doesn't matter if she went for the Falling Sword here or not. Ravenous Spirit on level 10. And 92 stacks already. 92 stacks at this point. I mean, there's that. So yeah. They're definitely going to get to where he can hit his level 20. He's going to hit those stacks for sure. Might of the Nerazim is in. Finally we got level 10 on both sides. 10 kills to 0, by the way, just saying. And 70 stacks on the Widowmaker. So it's spider time, baby. Getting a few more hits in. Johan is already running around like a bunny on speed whenever Zarya pops the bubble here for him. And especially with this, with Big Voodoo, I just gotta say, he is getting real value. I mean, he's at 109 stacks at the 6-minute mark. Can you imagine if he continues at that pace where he's gonna get? No game, no life. Tries to move back out. Okay, Lucio is going to annoy them a little bit further. There's still a little bit of pressure happening also in the middle of the map. But we now have still 1 level lead. There's the flip. Varian with the taunt. And that's still going to be the end of him. He tried to get out there, but he just can't. That lineup is so insanely tanky that the red team is running. Whatever they do, they have real trouble getting the damage out and getting a kill. They haven't gotten a single one, and there's already a dozen on the board for the 3-legged cat. Zeratul is just trying to play side lane a bit. There's no way he escaped. Well, maybe. That was a nice move. Nice move by him using Might of the Nerazim to get away. Hereath, yeah, well, even popped the ult there. No problem for him. Level 13 talents for them now. Gives us also the ice block, so even if Zeratul later on is trying to make a move when he gets a bigger power spike to try and take Nazeebo on, he can always ice block him by himself a little bit more time, so good for him. But yeah, absolutely crazy series. Black and white. Those 2 games, incredible. And still no kill for Team RageQuit. Now, they have, of course, a couple of combos they can execute here, too. If they have a taunt into a Sylvanas arrow, they can really shut a target down hard. If Rhaegar is around and can drop the totem on them, then even more so. 135 now for the baseline on the Zebo. Yeah, he's gonna have a good game. For sure. So far, not a lot of damage for him, obviously. I mean, again, his damage is gonna explode later. He's not really in a position now where he is supposed to do a lot of damage. It's more about farming waves now than anything else. Garrosh gets attacked, gets saved by Zarya. Would have probably gotten out even without that. And it seems more and more that the blue team is attempting to just play around them. I mean, they only have Varian in the front line, and Varian just doesn't hold a candle to the entire beefy lineup that is meeting him whenever he tries to attack somebody. There's always Zarya around right away. You have Jojo, you have Garrosh. So they're moving around them with rotations between the lanes, attempting to make plays there. There's the Falling Sword, trying to make a play for Shizakid again. Nice heal. Menador is low. That might be the first kill. And yes, it is. But Zarya died. And they might lose more here. No game, no life, with more damage, more pressure. Jumps back out, joins up with the rest of the team. They're getting the Zarya kill as Zeratul moves in. And Sylvana survived through all of this. Zeratul still a bit low. Good save, but still Lucio dies a second later to the Singularity Spike. And now here we have Team RageQuit building up some momentum. It's insane that they saved Garrosh. I have no idea how Johan just survived, but yeah, good for him. But take a quick look at that fight again, because this thing was all over the place. I mean, kill after kill. Look how he survived this. This is actually insane. Is able to walk away. Varian died at the same time then to the tower, and that's how that ended. So Varian died. They paid a price for it, but they got 3 kills in that encounter. And here comes this this Sylvana's pressure again. But yeah, damn. Yeah, they are up for a real party now. Now, one of the problems is, of course, that level 16 is now hitting any second. Can he escape? Yeah, I guess he gets out. But at the top, they're going for the next one, too. So they're going for the next objective here. There's level 16. We have already 180 stacks for Nazebo. They killed Zeratul. They still got him at seconds. Like, wow. Zeratul was pretty much out of this one already. And now they're going for Sylvanas as well. And I don't think she can escape either. Yeah, YOLO'd out the waves a little bit too hard. Commits Sudoku here straight into the 4. So that's Sylvanas all of a sudden dead. We had 19 kills at the 10-minute mark. Level 16 is in. Again, quick reminder, he already is done with his quest. His quest thingy. The prerequisite for the quest. He's already 190 stacks. 190. The Zarya ult maybe not the best one here. I guess they could have potentially locked in a kill against Cassia, who, by the way, is at 66 stacks now herself. So Cassia is getting some damage out, but if Nazebo continues even further than that, Jesus. How are you ever going to kill that guy? So they're going to go for Shizakidia too. Ancestral is great, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The spiders are eating him alive. We have level 60 now, so the spider colony is also ready. Rhaegar is down, and with the Ravenous Spirit, another kill gets locked in as Zarya also dies. It's finally even talents as Team RageQuit gets access to their Void Slash, so that completes at least the cleave build a bit. But this is just an absolute disaster right now for Team RageQuit. In game number 1, it was honestly brutal what the blue team did to the cats, but now the cats are going through them like hot butter through cheese. One kill after another, more than 200 stacks already for Nazebo. The second that he hits 20, that game has to be over. Right? There's no way that they're bringing this back. I love the way, by the way, how Sylvanas is playing out these fights. I mean, she is a little bit suicidal at times, but the aggression that we're seeing is beautiful. So this is going to be the first protector for the red team. They're going to get this. And Sylvanas is going to die again. Again, I love the suicidal attitude. I like it. I really like it a lot. But of course, it comes at a cost. And in this case, it's 6 deaths. Yeah, can't take Lucio down as it seems, but they are not giving up on it. It's a 4 versus 2 that they're still playing out. By the way, the Protector, I love this. Protector is on the way down to help with the fight instead of attacking. He's just like, alright guys, let's just go. They just won 20. Zeratul is able to take down Zarya, but that also isolates him, so he's gonna die. Another death. 25 by now. 2 deaths a minute pretty much. And Nazebo is already taking over on the damage department, even though he's not even at level 20. Yeah, they are... Again, they don't give a shit about the Protector. They couldn't care less. They're just farming them until they have 20, and then they can push with Nazebo. That's pretty much the game here. So, there we go. They have the quick hit. Down goes Cassia. And by now, they can move into the mid lane, take another fort down. They're 2 levels ahead. Nazebo is at 240 stacks, and here comes the 20. Vile Infection, baby. Yep, that's going to be a fun one for them. They also have the cooldown reduction for Jojo. I mean, we're mainly talking about Nazebo because he's obviously the one that's going to absolutely go nuts now. But if you have the cooldown reduction for Johanna's level 20, you find yourself also in an absolute insane position, obviously. It's such a good talent to have. Once you're on 20, it's just crazy. Titanic Might is in. We got the Unyielding Defender. They're now pushing at the bot lane a little bit. And yeah, he is gonna stack more and more and more. 250 nearly. Very close to it. Could even stage as the bot lane, just go for the fort, but instead they're going for the fight here. There's the ult on Jojo already, and the Red team is just chasing them. Zeratul is down, the Ancestral came a second too late. Here come the Spiders, good luck. Down go 2 of them, Sylvanas and Rhaegar. They get a counter kill on Zarya, but that's all they're gonna get here. Another one falls. This time it's Varian that dies. 5-man team wipe. Everybody dead, and now they can go for the keep. I mean, Nazebo is just out of his mind right now. They go through the wall. He's, by the way, sitting at 170,000 siege damage, and they're just burning down the keep here. I mean, look at the damage that Nazebo is currently dishing out here. So they're getting the keep, easy peasy. I'm not sure if they can go for the core here at 16 seconds for Zeratul. They should be able to pull it off. They don't have Zarya. It's only 4 of them that are pushing. But yes, they are starting to take that down. And they should be able to pull it off. Nazebo alone, it's just nuts. Level 20 and Vile Infection hit, and then they just go for it and end the game. Yeah, it's a tie. Insane series, absolutely crazy. Not sure what I expected, but not this. Now we have it 1 point each as the Cats lock in the victory on Volskaya Foundry.